What a massively bullish day today as we met every single living target we spoke of in last night's thread of analysis to the T. Let's take a look at volatility, momentum. Let's observe potentials for price action in the coming sessions and in a shortened week. Welcome back to the channel on this Taco Tuesday. This is ARCa, and let's grab some popcorn. Let's kill 'em, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and take a look at here AMC on the hourly chart, where this is actually, you know what, I do think that we did it on the 4-hour chart, but guys, no matter which time frame it is, this is the chart where we identified the potentials of strength coming in for both GME and AMC again, right? So please, I want to remind you that we identified this wolf pattern right down here where we were saying that we could be seeing a drop into the $4.33, which marked off the closing valuation of the prior month. In fact, we just opened up the new month. The month prior to that one had a closing valuation at $4.33. We bottom ticked that perfectly to that 433. Many people on the ARCa Bulls trading team entered that 433 long, right? And the thing bounced to the upside and to the upside. This is how we were able to determine that we were in this wolf pattern in the first place, right? Very, very much a huge congratulations to those who took advantage of that target. Next, as we moved up, we identified a potential entry area, right? For those that did not catch entry down here at around 433, we identified a future entry down here at about 462 to 466. Definitely got some people in there as well. And then we moved up, continuing, guys, and we, guess what, identified another potential entry for those who were lagging right here, and we identified this to be right in this top zone here, a 493 to 496 price action today in the pre-market, right? Dives right back into that area here. In fact, at the 50% of 495, and the thing just rocket ships to the upside. And what was exactly that target that we were looking for? Well, team, for today, this was the target that we spoke of in last night's thread of analysis on the live stream, right? $5.24 to $5.31. And look at the top tick on the price here, reaching $5.36. We absolutely nailed it. Now, guys, the next thing that I want to take you, on is that, yes, we still have two more targets that I wanted to reach to complete the entire wolf formation, right? So that completion is just about 90%, right? So we're looking at a potential target of around $5.45 with a potential wick up to $5.54 come the next trading session, okay? But if it doesn't happen, well, you know, we tried our best. We did absolutely well here. We've nailed the play almost to the T, right? For, I would say 95% the move already. So yeah, guys, I mean, it's looking pretty good. Right. So now let's go ahead and just go over some of the stats, because I know that I have a few people in here who are not really understanding what's happening, right? So just really fast, guys, this weekly time frame, I know that some of you already know what this chart is. So it's the Skittles chart for AMC, right? So this is a bullish engulfing candle iteration, right? So you're looking at here this red candle getting engulfed by that massively green candle over here, and that signals a potential reversal in price action. So we opened up the week just on this Monday, right? We didn't open up just that weekly candle. We also opened up the bi-weekly candle. We also opened up the monthly, bi-monthly, the quarterly 3-month candle, and the semi-annual 6-month candle all together at once. Simultaneous close, simultaneous open on this Friday and Monday. Guys, it's big time volatility happening right now. Lots of repositioning, lots of recalibrating of your portfolios in the institutional level, right? So we got to be careful with the volatility out there, but we identified the strength of this bullish engulfing iteration through statistics. So we noticed that there were 38 iterations guessing the upside correctly over the span of the entire trading history of AMC on the weekly chart, which gives us now a 100% upside accuracy with a 22.48% move to the upside over the span of around 2.63 days. So we just completed the second day today. Okay, you guys, now there is a standard deviation of 29.21% that we can use for a downside target, right? And of course, that 29% takes us into the areas of about 359 to 326. But seeing that price action already observed this bottom side to 433, which by the way, just so happens to be the lower bound of your first standard deviation at minus 14.72% right in here, that felt like it was the floor, and a very confluent one, considering that it was also the closing basis of the monthly candle that we spoke of just about a few minutes ago. Okay, team? So let's just go ahead and continue here because we do have some more to talk about right now. The upper bound of the first standard deviation is taking us to a big target. I mean, we can always speak about it. It's all good. But the ones that I'm really focused in on right now are definitely to fulfill the 22.48% to the upside. So why don't we just go ahead and measure that upside as soon as we got that firing of the signal, right, which was the closing of this green candle, and it is the closing of that bullish engulfing iteration on the weekly time frame, right? So if we measure that 22% to the upside, so 22.48 is what it is, right? So just about like this here, that's telling us that we would reach a target of about $6.10, but it is a range because we have the low of these candles down here at $6.53. So statistically, this is the probability here with a 100% upside accuracy, right? So I know that at some point, I mean, this is bound to turn around, guys. I mean, 38 iterations of upside of new highs built on the weekly chart after a bullish engulfing. They are incredible odds, and we are already within those odds, right? Because we already busted through the bi-weekly high and have made a new high of $5.37, which is pretty freaking impressive all alone, okay? And yes, guys, you know, I can still take you to a further target because of whatever other reason, right? So we have a 43.69% that's leading us to around this target right about up here, right? It's taking us to about $7.16. And that is something that we should observe only if we start combating that topside target of the 22.48% move to the upside, right? Those are the targets that we're observing. And I know, of course, other people are going to ask me the inverse head and shoulders. Yes, the inverse head and shoulders has a massive upside target, guys. Got to be very careful with this, right? Because that target is leading towards an $11.06 zone. I am not in control over targets like that. In fact, I'm not in control over any targets whatsoever. So I need you to be careful in the financial markets. Please take into consideration only betting or wagering what you are willing to lose, because the financial markets will really hand you your ass, all right? So please be very careful in the financial markets, team. So let's go ahead and now take a look at volatility versus momentum here. But first, look at this structure here on these 12-hour candles. We have a green, I mean, starting really from here, right? Green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. I mean, steady. What the heck is going on out there, right? I mean, it was just really curious for me to see that, you know, on off, like freaking like a robot up in here, man. That is absolutely ridiculous. Okay, what I can tell you is that we're approaching an area of critical resistance since we have been using this zone here clearly as an area of breakout, right? So as soon as we start busting above the targets of, I would really say if we can bust above 550 to around 554, our next upside target here is clean $5.90, and in the $5.90 breaking above that will take us into this space right in here, which would be right around the areas of around 651 to 674, and that's really when things start to rhyme right here. 610 to 716 with a 653 in between, right? Everything is rhyming pretty nicely. Hit the freaking like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to get in touch with me for the ArcMastersCourse Beginners Trading Program, 5-week mentorship, right? I want to get you enrolled. I want you to make a difference in your trading career. So make sure to get in touch with me, and we'll get you all that pertinent information, right? The syllabus, the disclaimer, that entire thing. So get at me as soon as possible, team. Let's look at volatility versus momentum. So if we jump back into the 4-hour time frame, you can see here that we're actually pivoting towards the upside yet again, and this is definitely coming out of contraction with an expansion phase still existent. That means that there is still upside to be figured for the asset. Let's look at the 6-hour time frame now. All right, a little bit of consolidation on the 6-hour. As such, it's okay. It's all good. Let's look at the 8-hour time frame. Whoa, the 8-hour time frame looks like it still has expansion, and it does look like it's curving just a little bit due to the close of this green candle, right? A little bit of a pullback from that top end. And now this 8-hour candle down here is actually curving towards that downside. So it's affecting the curvature on this. The reason why I do believe that it would be curving is because we usually get around a 50% pullback at the close of these major candles, right? So that could bounce anywhere from the zone of 513. I would say 513 to around 516 here, and then an upside continuation could be had right after that, right? So let's just go ahead and mark it down like that, 516 or 517 to 513. Potential bounce from this area here and continuing on. That's because in 2 hours and 59 minutes, this 8-hour candle would close and would require, or it would be ideal for it to get a 50% retrace. So that would be an upside retrace, right? So that would be coming back up to 526, marking off another 8-hour candle with bullish properties, right? Let's take a look at the 12-hour time frame here. Same deal with the 12-hour time frame ending in 2 hours and 59 minutes, right? So again, it's just pulling back to the 50% of the prior bar. I still see it as massively bullish. And now here is a pretty nice signal, team. We are within the critical lows of volatility down here, right? So it's all pretty good. It's just the thing is that we haven't dipped inside of the 15%. This is as low as 16.67% inside of critical volatility, right? So usually you want to see the inside of the 15 percentile get touched with a break of volatility expansion to the upside, both with the volatility component and the moving average to really, really nail an upside continuation. Let's take a look at the buy daily and see how that's doing. There we go. This is what I mean here, guys. The buy daily time frame, this is the kind of signal that we need. This thing needs to burst above that 15% with the upside pivot that we have right here, and bam, we have a statistical move to the upside and a reason to backtest price action there. So I do believe that we still have some upside coming in for the price action, but I will say that the immediate short term is still suggesting a little bit of pressure towards the downside, but the 5-minute time frame appears to be almost completed. So just heads up, team, we may actually get in here, and then we may actually get the bounce and then experience an upside continuation into the pre-market, and then continuing on to intraday tomorrow, right? So just in case, let's just go ahead and put down these targets right down here, 517, and then we have that 513 at the bottom end right here, right? And just in case, we'll always, just like always, guys, right? We'll go ahead and put in the just in case targets in case price action tends to fail this, in case price action fails this support, right? So we would always be ready is what I'm trying to say. So here's the next range here, right? Let's go ahead and put it down just like this. Let's see. Yep, I see the bottom sides. I see them. All right, good deal. I'm going to go ahead and put it in like this. There we go. So I do think that we could see a pullback that's 508 to around 505. And the next reason that we want to check that 508 to 505 is because of the daily time frame close, right? So this is a massive day. This means that we need to take a look at the 50% retrace of that day too, right? So let's just go ahead and take a look at that. It's going to be like this big. And guess what? Look at that. The range right over here that we were already observing is the 8-hour 50% retrace and also the daily 50% retrace. So now we get to put 8-hour, and this is going to be the 1-day retrace confluence, right? We got to be ready. We got to always know where we're going. All right, team. So please be safe in the financial markets, right? And this is the secondary support and potential bounce zone, right? So let's go ahead and just mark off the receipts on that as well, and we shall be good to go. I'm going to do this one a little bit quicker, just like this here, right? There we go. All right, team. And now you know the upside bounds. You do know the support zones and the continuation zones, right? So please be careful out there, team. Definitely join the ARCa Bulls trading team with the links that you see on the left, as those links are not going to be always available there, right? We're going to stop the entry to the membership at 200 people, and we're getting very close to that, right, team? So I want you to take advantage of that, because that's where I'm trading with the team every single day live. Okay, you guys, today was a day of hundreds and hundreds of percents of gains. Thursday was another. Friday was another. Guys, we are doing this all week long. Please go ahead and join the team right away, and everything will be cool, right? So I think this is a pretty good place to cut it out. If you have any questions, reach out to me, team. Love you so much, and we'll talk soon. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very good rest of your night and or day, and I'll catch you at the bell mañana. Adios!